I'm Hillary Topper, and this is Hillary Topper on Air, the endurance sports edition. When we swim, we damage our hair and our skin. There are lots of products on the market to alleviate the damage, but some are better than others that do. No, let me just start that again. I'm Hillary Topper, and this is Hillary Topper on Air, the endurance sports edition. When we swim, we damage our hair and our skin. There are lots of products on the market to alleviate the damage, but some are much better than others at doing the job. I've been using Zealios line for years, and I absolutely love the smell and the way my skin and my hair feels after I use the product. That's why I wanted to speak with Stacey Kiefer today, who is the managing director of Zealios, a trailblazing brand in performance body care products for athletes. Welcome to the show, Stacey.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be on. I was on a long time ago, and it's great to come back and be on again.
Great. So let's kick things off and tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind the brand.
Well, our two founders, Austin Britz and Kevin Fuller, were longtime athletes and unusually, I think at the time, I mean, now it's more popular, but they were rugby players. And they just happened to go to college together at University of Washington and ended up getting into an industry that I don't really know much about, but they are experts in chemicals, which you think, oh, yuck. But that led them to some relationships that were very interesting because they were meeting chemists and basically people who are doctors and engineers of really great products like the Zealios products. And they were presented with an opportunity for a sunscreen that someone developed who said, I think I made the best sunscreen out there, but I don't have time to make a company. And if you can turn this into something really big and great and market it, this formula is for you to use. And so they were super lucky, and they were young and just out of college and starting out their careers. And they said, okay, let's do it. Let's try. And they, using their sports background, immediately took it out to the market. And they were down in California in the Bay Area, and they were going to soccer games. And then they started going to swim meets, and they were just like hustling big time, like set up a tent on the side of a soccer game and see if they could sell some sunscreen. And then that turned into requests from people who said, well, you make a really great sunscreen. So these swim moms were like, how about you make some shampoo and conditioner for my swim kids? And from there, it just took off. And that's basically how the entire product line has been built, is that it has been the repetitive requests of certain products that has really been like, okay, we have all these people asking for a sunscreen lip balm. And that's how our lip guard came out, is that we went and did tons and tons of research and went back to our doctor chemist who can design formulas and like had formulas made just for us that nobody else has. So like our sunscreen, nobody else has it. Our shower products, nobody else has them. And honestly, I haven't ever found products that are even close to what we have. I mean, it's not the same feel, not the same sense, doesn't work the same. So it's really cool because we are really this like small company, very small. And we learn to get into kind of the niche markets that work for us. So we are not a cosmetic company at all. We have no desire to be in Walgreens next to Revlon or other big cosmetic companies where you'll probably never see any kind of makeup added into our sunscreen. Like people will ask, can you put like a little color in it? And that's not really who we are. We are very dedicated to endurance sports and the outdoor industry. So people who are adventurous and hiking and really don't want makeup running into their eyes. I mean, we've worked really hard to come out with a sunscreen that doesn't burn your eyes. And so that's where we are. We want 100% effective products that have the cleanest ingredients we could possibly have and actually work. So I'm happy to say that I'm a user of our shampoo and conditioner every day. I head to the pool and I use the shampoo, conditioner, body wash, lotion every single day. If we had sun in Bend every single day, I would use the sunscreen. We don't. And I especially preach that you should wear sunscreen every day, even when it's cloudy, and you should. Unfortunately, I'm inside a lot because I'm working, but yeah, I mean, the products are like, get them right into your daily schedule and use them because they're really great.
So I agree. I 100% agree. I don't even remember how long I've been using the products, but it's
You've
been
been using them a
many
long
years.
time because you're one of the first people. I started when the company was still really young, and this year we will celebrate our 10th birthday.
Wow.
I
So
mean,
it was 10 years ago when I
yeah, and I've been
started.
with the company for 8 years, and I've known you, I think, almost that whole time. So,
Yes, absolutely. That's so funny. Well, so let's talk about all the different products because there
yeah.
are so many. It's interesting. I went swimming today. I used the body lotion, I used the body wash, I used the shampoo, I used the conditioner. Talk to us I mean, and it smells like I feel like I'm in the Caribbean. Like it just has the best smell ever. So can you just go through the whole product range with us?
Yep. Our two most popular products are the Sun Barrier, which is an SPF 45. It's an 8% zinc oxide sunscreen that dries clear. It does not clog your pores, so you're still gonna sweat. It just doesn't burn when it gets down to your eyes. It is rated for 80 minutes, which is the FDA's highest water resistance rating that you can get. So we've done everything we can to make it as long lasting and as good as possible. It doesn't really have a scent. I mean, the best thing really is that it's a zinc sunscreen and it dries clear. Like you don't see it when it's on at all. So that's our number one. Like sometimes we meet people and they're like, I didn't even know you had other products. So that's kind of funny. And we do have that sunscreen, which we call Sun Barrier, has actually made it into dermatology offices. So we now have dealers of the product, and they're dermatology clinics. And it started out with them just kind of passing out our packets. And then they said, wait a minute, we want to sell your product and have it on shelf next to the $80 sunscreen. So it's great that we can be like a quarter of the price and, very usable, and people don't feel bad if their kids take the tube and, spill some, and because they're not spending $100 on it. So we do still get people who say, oh, that's my face sunscreen. And we say, no, it's your whole body sunscreen. Like we know it feels good, but you should use it for your whole body because that's really what it's for. So our second most popular product, which Hillary is your favorite product, is Betwixt. And that is our anti-chafing cream. That is the cleanest product you will ever find. Like, I don't want to say you could use it as toothpaste, but like it's so clean that it has no petroleum or like Vaseline or anything gross in it. But it can be used for cycling, running. Women like to use it under their sports bras. You can use it with your wetsuit and it's not going to eat away at the neoprene. It is a really great product. And I was at it was kind of like an editor show in New York where editors from magazines like Self Magazine and other big magazines come to find products to write about. And it was so interesting because a lot of the women said, oh my gosh, I need this for my thighs in New York when it's like steamy and they're like chafing because I have to walk miles in the city. And I'm like, oh, that's so interesting that like our sports product that we're marketing for triathletes who are doing Ironman races has like the same use for a person who's like a business person in New York. So
Crazy.
that
Wow.
was really cool to
That
see.
is so fun. That is
Yeah, and we
awesome.
definitely got some play in some big magazines because of that. So I think we picked up a new customer base that maybe doesn't do the 8-hour races, but might be out walking in on the New York streets for 8 hours.
It's
So
actually a really good idea. I mean,
yeah,
anytime you chafe, this definitely works. I really, when I wear it, like if I don't wear it, then I chafe. When I
yeah. And
wear
so
it, I
the
don't
nice thing
chafe.
too is ours doesn't have any menthol in it. So a lot of
Yeah.
anti-chafing creams have menthol, so you can
Mhm.
smell it. And it also will stain your clothes, and ours does not stain. And ours also washes out. So that's nice because there are brands out there that will, if you put it on your legs and it gets on the pad of your bike shorts, it'll actually clog up the pad and it won't wash off and it, wrecks your $100 bike shorts. So that we have no issues with that whatsoever. So it's really
Yeah,
great. Yeah.
totally. I 100% agree. So, all right, before we move on,
Yeah.
I just want to say I'm so appreciative of our sponsor and must take this time out to thank. Please support our sponsor and tell them that you heard about them on Hillary Topper on Air. Special thanks to Play Try, Swim, Bike, Run, a retail and online bike and multi-sport specialist. Now back to you, Stacey. So triathletes often struggle again with chafing, but we're going to get back to this. Particularly during swim, bike, and run. So can you tell us exactly how the betwixt works? Like how does it work that you don't get chafed? Because I mean I use it all the time. I don't get chafed. And I'm just curious if there's a secret sauce that you can help us
Well, we
figure
don't give
out.
away our secret sauces, but I will say the difference between our Betwixt and other anti-chafing creams is that ours is not pasty. Ours is actually very silky. So when you even look at it, it almost has like a white pearlized look and it's very soft. So it just prevents you put a nice coating on. You don't want to put it on so thin that it's not working, but once you have it on, you're not going to feel it. And it just helps your skin slide instead of rub. And so the other nice thing about ours is it has organic aloe in it. So if you're already a little bit chafed, it'll help repair that while it prevents more chafing, which is really great because I have not seen that in many anti-chafing creams or chamois creams. So, it is a great product. I
You
mean,
had you had mentioned that to me when every year I go in the open water in May usually, and my neck gets just covered in, these burns, like, I mean, it's
yes,
bad, right?
yep,
And I had actually called up Stacy and said, "What can I do?" And she said, "Use Betwixt." And I was like, "Really?" And it really did work. It healed it and it soothed the burn. It just
yep.
didn't it kind of, like, alleviated that burning sensation, and it healed it. I mean, and it healed pretty quick, so I was really, really
Yeah,
impressed.
yeah. I use it if I get a wetsuit burn. Like if I don't use it ahead of time and I happen to go swimming with my wetsuit and I get a burn, I will put that on over any other product
Yeah.
to use as like the healing cream. My husband uses it on his feet because he gets really like chafed heels from running and like toes, and he just throws it on. We keep a couple tubes in the bathroom, and
That's
it is
really a
like the
that's a
secret
good idea.
cream to, yeah, I mean, you can even use it on like hangnails or any place where you've got like rough or chapped skin, you can use it. You can put it on your lips. I mean, we do have a lip guard, but you can.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. That's actually a really good idea because I always like, I have like blisters in between my toes. I should do that. I'll try that
Yeah.
the next time.
Yeah, my son is a rock climber and obviously they have their own brands.
Yeah.
And I noticed one of the post climbing brands that you put on your hands to soften them up. It feels very similar to Betwixt. And I'm like, oh, you could just use this. So yeah. Yeah. But going into our next product, we have a lip guard. So that's an SPF 28. It comes in a nice little plastic tube with a chisel top. Where we see a lot of people using it, aside from triathlon and run and bike, is in the ski industry. It becomes a favorite for people who are going skiing because they forget that they get really burned. So they'll bring up a little lip guard and then a packet of sun barrier because they can just stash it in their winter coat and put it on and good to go.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's
And oh,
Yeah.
go ahead.
I was gonna just say that I was just thinking that when you were talking that I've gotta bring the lip balm with me. I'm going skiing next week in
Yes.
Colorado. So, yes,
Stick
definitely.
it in your coat pocket and then
Yep,
it's there. And then
yep,
you leave it there. That's a problem. We have so many people who order no six or not, they'll order like three packs. So they have 9 of them
yeah,
because they just have them
yeah,
shoved all over the place.
uh-huh,
So yeah, it's just one of those products that's nice to have with you all the time. And that's the same for like the sunscreen we have the little packets and you can, I don't encourage people to leave sunscreen in your car, but that is the one thing, like if it gets left in there a year, it's okay to throw it away because it's just a little packet, but it's so nice to have when you pull out to a trail and you're like, oh no, I forgot to put sunscreen on before I left. And I mean, my husband and I have done that so many times where I'm like, oh, look, here's a 4-year-old packet we have in the center console of the car. Let's just use that. And it works. It's fine. But yeah, the packets are great. The sunscreen also, just to go back to that, comes in a 32-ounce pump, which we have a hard time keeping them in stock because they sell out so fast. We actually don't let dealers carry them because we have a hard time keeping them in stock. So that comes with a little 2-ounce Tottle bottle that has a little carabiner on it. And that's really nice to just stick on your bag or take on vacations or, that way, if you don't think you're going to go through a 3-ounce tube, it's just a great like grab and go item to have. And we do sell extra really inexpensive little 2-ouncer containers so that you can refill. So next we have our race relief. So that is, I really like it. I don't know. I get aches
yeah,
and pains all over and I hate icing. And I like to say that is our product that takes the place of icing. It's like icing without icing because it's a nice cool feel. It does have menthol in it. It's our only product that has menthol in it. So there is a little bit of a scent, but it also has other natural ingredients. It does not have any NSAIDs or CBD or anything like that. So you're not going to get in trouble. Like we very purposely made it a very clean ingredient list and didn't go into any type of CBD that might be questioned. And so it's great. It's really
yeah,
great. It feels wonderful. I like to use it. Like if I have something that's bugging me, I'll put it on before I work out and then I'll put it on again after, take your shower, do your recovery and then put it on. So it's great. And it's not as strong of a scent as some of the name brand menthol ingredients that you see, on the grocery shelves. So, and then we have a shower products. And so that's our shampoo, conditioner, body wash, and lotion. They come in 8-ounce tubes, or the way I have to use them, because I use so much of it is 32-ounce pumps. And you can pump that into smaller containers if you are very good at losing things at the gym, like I do, then you don't lose your whole tube. But they all have a light citrus scent, which is really nice when you're done doing a workout. Each scent is just slightly different, but they all work together really well. It's kind of funny because when I work at events, I'll have specifically men who come up to the booth and they'll say, okay, I'm going to buy one and I'm going to use it head to toe. Should I buy shampoo or body wash? And honestly, it doesn't matter. They both like have a nice sudsy feel, a nice clean feel. I mean, I usually will tell them buy shampoo and then use that on the rest of your body. But honestly, they're all sulfate free. So if you do any kind of color treatments on your hair or any kind of salon treatments, it doesn't disrupt those. It won't take color out of your hair. It will take chlorine out of your hair though. So chlorine, salt, stink, sweat, that goes away, but the good stuff stays in.
I have a question about that. I've heard like my hairdresser, she'll say to me, put something in your hair before you swim. What would you recommend? Would you recommend putting the conditioner in or?
So you can, honestly, the best thing you can do is get your hair wet before you always wear a swim cap. That is like the best thing. Always, always wear a swim cap, which you and I have to do anyways. But getting your hair wet helps with protecting it more. And you can take a little bit of conditioner. The one thing about putting a little bit of conditioner on your hair before you put a cap on is sometimes it'll make your cap slide off.
Mm.
So that's the one thing where it's like, I mean, I swim every day and I just put my cap on my dry hair and that's that. And then as soon as I'm done swimming, I hit the showers and wash my hair. And honestly, with our shampoo, because it pulls so much out, you want to use the conditioner to rejuvenate your hair and make it feel soft and fresh again. I'm not sure I'd be able to get a comb through my hair if I didn't use the conditioner because it really it takes all the nasty stuff out. So, and the pool I swim in here in Bend, Oregon is a really nice pool and they don't use super harsh chemicals, but we work with so many people who say my suit fades in a week. And I tell people when you're washing your hair, leave your suit on and get the suds on your suit because that'll clean your suit too. Yeah. And then give it a good rinse when you're done. But I have found that the shampoo and the body wash actually help clean my swimsuit.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of a double whammy. Do it all at once. So
definitely. Yeah. Instead of throwing it in the wash and then, then they don't last that long.
Yes. Yes. Best way to kill a suit. Throw it in the
Yeah,
wash.
totally. So looking ahead, what can we expect from Zealios in the future? Are there any exciting developments or innovations in the horizon?
So for many of our customers, we have received hundreds of info mail questions. Where is your reef safe? What happened to your reef safe sunscreen?
Oh, yeah.
I will tell you what happened. We had to discontinue it. Luckily, we were at the end of our inventory, so it was like a good time to do it. But Hawaii has really changed what is allowed and is not allowed. And I was actually there a week and a half ago. And Hawaii is they have people who are setting up little tables in the parks along the beaches. And they're almost asking people, don't wear any sunscreen at all. Like if you can, just wear a rash guard and don't wear sunscreen, which is a big ask because if you're going to be out in the sun, you need to be wearing sunscreen. So, what happened was our Reef Safe had one of their ingredients that they now have decided they do not want in sunscreen, just for reef protection. And our sunscreen doesn't come off. And we tried to explain, like, yeah, but our sunscreen doesn't come off in the water. That's the beauty of it. And they just said, no, we have to put a stop, because there are sunscreens that do come off, and then you see like the oil slick. And so we made a big decision to stop making our Reef Safe. And we are currently working on a new one. And I actually tested it while I was in Hawaii last week, and it
Wow.
was really good.
Wow.
And we did some sweat tests on it where we got really sweaty and let it get into our eyes, and it didn't sting, and it dries fairly clear. Reef Safe's harder because it has a higher mineral content. I mean, it's considered a mineral sunscreen. And it a little, you have to rub it in a little more, and you do see a little bit of a white tint, but it's not bad. It's not like you're looking like a
Bummer.
ghost when you put it on. But it has a really nice, smooth feel. It has no scent. It felt great. So I have pushed it forward and have some other people testing it. I have another Hawaii test going on right now. I'm actually heading to Texas tomorrow, so I'll be testing it in Texas. And then we've got some people down in California testing it. So we just so you know, like, I don't know how great big companies do their testing. Maybe it's all in the lab. We put our products on real people. We don't test on animals. We just test on ourselves. And I mean, I've gone through lots and lots of samples where I have gotten really burned and like, oh my gosh, this one does not work. Like, throw it in the garbage. No way. But I think we've got a good one. And so if all of our tests come back really well from the people who are testing it, we'll move forward and hopefully be able to launch it by maybe midsummer. I mean, ideally it would be early summer, but it takes a while as a small company to get a product up and running. So yeah, so a new
That's
Reef Safe,
exciting.
that's going to be
That
what
is
we
very
have.
exciting. Very
Yeah,
exciting. Awesome. Congratulations.
thank you.
So before we wrap this up, do you have any final words of advice for endurance athletes looking to optimize their performance and skin care routine?
Yeah, I would say, and I'm naughty with this one, is have your products where you can use them and remember to use them. I don't know how many times I'll go out on a run and think, oh my gosh, I didn't put sunscreen on before I left. What was I thinking? So in our house now, we have sunscreen that sits right next to the door. And we have it in a closet, a coat closet right by the door up on the shelf. And so it's like, there is no excuse. We have it in the car. We have it in our swim bags. So preparation, just like your coach would tell you, you have to prepare in order to succeed. So that's what I would say is just have the products where you're going to use them, where you see them, and you're like, oh yeah, there it is. And honestly, some of the products, I mean, we get reviews on our shower products, and people almost treat them like a reward. Like, I did this hard swim and then I got to go take this great shower, and it felt so wonderful to use the shampoo and the body wash. And I thought, oh, I love my shower post swim too. Like, it kind of is a reward to get to use nice products that really work
Yeah.
after a good workout. So yeah, so just have them where you're going to use them. Don't just stick them in the cabinet under your sink in the bathroom, because
That's a
that's
great
what some
advice.
people do. And then you find them in 8 years and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I should probably
Uh,
throw this away.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Totally. That's great. And finally, where can people get in touch with you to learn about your products, to buy your products? I have a 25% discount code, which is ZUP, we, the letter R, endurance, and you get 25% off. And I'll put that in the body copy of the blog as well. But if you could just share where to go to use that code.
Yes. So www.teamzealios.com is our website. And after you put your items in the cart at checkout, there's a little box that says discount code, and you just type that Z up, we are endurance into that box, and it will automatically calculate. And if you spend $60 or more, you get free shipping. So it's great. So you can like add a few extra items to make sure you get the free shipping. You can also buy the product at running stores, triathlon stores, some dermatology clinics. We are not in big box stores. So you will not find us in Walgreens or Walmart or grocery stores. That's not us. We're little. We're very niche. We don't even, we don't even want to be in those big stores. We want to be very specific to sport and outdoor. Some climbing stores have our product. So you kind of have to look around. But I would say the website is the go-to, and also we're on Amazon.
Terrific. Well, thank you so much, Stacey, for being on the show today.
Thank
I
you.
I'd also like to thank our sponsor once more, Play Try Swim Bike Run, a retail bike shop and multi-sport specialist. For more information, visit playtrystore.com. And of course, I'd like to thank our listeners once again for tuning in. If you want more information on this show or any other show, visit our website at hillarytopper.com, or you can find us on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon Alexa, Apple Podcasts, you name it, we're out there. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time.